Hotep family, today I'm going to be talking about fatigue, American fatigue, because I've been looking on TikTok and I've been seeing these Caucasian people, Trump people and people of that nature talking about black fatigue, when in reality we're the people who've been fatigued for over 400 years. We're tired, not just physically, but soul deep. Generally, historically tired. Tired of promises made in marble floors that never reach our neighborhood. Tired of watching justice bend and break beneath the weight of indifference. This fatigue is not new to us. It's inherited from the auction blocks during the slavery trade to lunch counters, from red line streets to unfunded schools. And now, under the current administration, we feel it again, even worse. That's his whole purpose. His whole reason is to bring black people back 100 years, in policies that erase our progress, in rhetoric that denies our pain, in silence that screams louder than any slur. We're not just asking for handouts or pity. We're demanding presence. We're not begging for inclusion. Matter of fact, I think we would be better off being segregated. We are building our own tables. This is not just fatigue. This is fire that forges warriors, and we will not go back to sleep, and we're not going to accept anything less than peace and progress. So I have a series of videos that I stumbled across. I have this one sister that the things that she was saying, her message to the black Americans was very touching to me, and I agree with her 100%, and I think we need to take heed to what she said. So I have a series of videos that I want to share that's going to express the current pulse of this country.
This is my message to all Americans, everybody that lives in the UK or any other former colonist country. Wherever these countries are heading, you do not want to be a part of. These countries were built on demonic, criminal, traumatic, and let me say that word again, demonic things. And the chickens are coming home to roost. It's not going to happen, it's already happening. These countries are going to burn, they're going to flood, they're going to implode on themselves, they're going to blow away. The chickens are coming home to roost. You don't want to be a part of this. Do your research, understand what's going on. If your local media is not bringing you the information of what really is going on in these countries, do your research. You do not want to be a part of where these countries are heading. Nothing that starts bad can end good. That's what's happening. The universe has its own justice system, and justice is coming for these countries. Your only job now is to find an action plan to get out. There are countries, for example, like Ghana, that are accepting Pan-Africans for full citizenship, no strings attached. Find an action plan to leave. You do not want to be there when what's going to go down starts to happen. It already started. Don't come in my comments and say, I can't do this is impossible, I have commitments, I have house, work, job, children. If I can do it, I've moved 2 countries as a single parent with 2 children, 2 continents, I've moved 2 continents on my own with 2 children. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I said what I said, take heed. You do not want to be a part of these countries when the shit hits the fan. You don't. You feel it. When you wake up in the morning, you feel the energy of death. You feel your energy being sucked out of you in these countries. They were built on demonic, horrible things, and I know since I was a child, nothing that starts bad can ever end good. The chickens are coming home to roost. They're here. Find a way to get out. You don't want to be a part of this trauma that's coming down on these countries. Nothing is going good for these countries. Do some comparisons. What's going on with the countries that were never former colonists, how they are being built up and bringing their people up, and what's going on with former colonist countries, how they're being broken down and their people are being broken down mentally, physically, energetically. It's over. I said what I said. Do your research. Find a way to leave these countries.
So there we go. Excellent explanation of the future of this country. I really enjoyed, listening to her, because that's what my spirit has been feeling for a very long time now, which is why, you see, I got me a passport. I'm not really playing with this. You know what I'm saying? I think all of us, every African American should get their passport and make plans to get out of here if necessary. And for those of you who want to stay, by all means stay and deal with all of this if that's what you want to do. But me, I plan on getting a dual citizenship. I would love to go to Ghana, Burkina Faso thing, maybe Ethiopia, something like that. I'm actually going to Ethiopia in September for the first time. But yeah, I think we should expand our horizons as far as, trying to figure out an exit strategy. I think that would be smart, than to just sit around and get caught with our pants down, so to speak. I really believe that that's an important thing that we should have. We should all have a passport. Our fatigue is not born in the now. It is layered, you know what I'm saying? Centuries deep, pressed into our bones like the fingerprints of ancestors who never knew rest. It began in the belly of ships, where names were stripped and chains were fastened, where languages, lineage, and light were drawn beneath the waves. It echoed through the cotton fields and auction blocks, where black bodies were bartered and broken. It wore Sunday's best to sit at a segregated counter, knowing that dignity would be met with spit and fist. It walked to school under the guard of soldiers, just to read books that still called us less than human. It was surveilled and silenced by COINTELPRO, where our leaders were branded threats and killed for daring to speak the truth. It was funneled into prisons, where the chains were made of policy, not iron. And today, it watches history by rewriting our stories, erased from textbooks, our struggles dismissed as exaggeration. This fatigue is not weakness. It is the weight of survival, and it is the cost of carrying a nation's contradictions on our backs, while still being asked to smile, to forgive, to move on. But we remember, in that memory, we find our strength. So in closing, this is not just fatigue. This is the awakening. The slow burn behind tired eyes has become a fire that refuses to be dimmed. We're no longer asking to be seen. We're demanding to be reckoned with. We are the dreamers who refuse to sleep, the builders who refuse to beg, the generation that carries the scars of our elders, our ancestors, and the vision of our children. We've marched too far to turn back, even though we need to stop doing so much marching. We've burned too many to stay silent. We've buried too many to stay silent. So let them rewrite the books. Let them lie. We'll write our own chapters. We'll write our own books. We'll create our own schools. Let them close the doors. We'll build new entrances. Let them try to erase us. We are carved into the soul of this nation and this earth. This is not just fatigue. This is the sound of a people rising. This is the rhythm of resistance. This is the breath before the breakthrough. This is the great awakening. With that, I'm on to the next video.